Welcome back. It's Greg Grant here to do another box opening video for you. I usually start these videos with, it's been a long time, but in this case, I can't say that. It has been a short time, and when it rains, it pours. And I have four more packages that I'm anxious to open here. So why waste time? Let's just dive right into it. I decided to do them by size here. I've got smallest to largest here. I'm going to start with this one. Okay, what can I tell you about this collection? Oh, here comes a friggin' train. Oh, it's just an engine. Good. This is gonna go on forever. Okay, so what can I tell you about this collection? Well, this one I paid $230 for. So let's see what we got. Really don't remember what's in this one. I know it's in a couple of the other ones, but I don't remember what's in this one. So let's find out. Hopefully $230 worth of something. Okay, everybody's been doing real good lately following my packing instructions. Yep, that's exactly how to do it. Okay, we've got two packs. Let's start with this one. This is exciting because I truly don't remember what's in here. But $230 means there had to be something. Definitely vintage. Okay, let's liberate. And we're liberated. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's just dirt. I thought I saw Ludlows. It's just dirt. Okay. Feel like we're a bit overexposed here. So we've got a crust. And it's a tan. It's a tan crust is a rare card, actually. But it's got writing on the back. It's off center. It's got some weird, can you see those printing streaks that go down it? Like almost like it's in jail. All right. Well, we started off with a tan crust. I don't know what, I mean, if that writing wasn't on the back, we're talking, even off center, we're talking at least a $10 card. I don't know what you can do with writing on the back, but it certainly helps that it's tan. This feels tan too. Tans are flimsy. I can tell from the front that this is a tan. And also, look, totally off center. I was talking about this in that last video that these first tans are almost always off center. I didn't have a good example for that video. This one is even would have been perfect. You see how the entire copyright is there at the top. That's just so typical with tans. But at least he didn't write on the back of this one. So that is a $10 card. And a Tide. It has to be a real tan, right? I mean, it's coming with others. This is the one that you can't tell apart from Wonder Bread, but I'm guessing this one's real. And no writing. Happy with that. Okay, we're off to a good start. Three first tans. This is a Wonder Bread sticker, right? Look at the copyright. Topps Chewing Gum Ink. Can you see that? That's a Wonder Bread. Second white, another Wonder Bread. Get a lot of Wonder Breads lately. Second white. Second tan with writing on the back. Second white with, it's also kind of got writing on the back. Can you see that? Oh man, all these have writing on the back. This is not worth $200 if they all have writing on the back. I got screwed. Okay, here's one that doesn't. This is a Wonder Bread. Look at that. Look at that Nerds. There's not a trace of a copyright on it anywhere. It's cut just exactly perfectly off center so that there's no copyright, not from an adjacent card and certainly not its own copyright. That's just weird. There's another Wonder Bread. Second white. There's another Wonder Bread. Second tan. Second white with a D written on the back. Wonder Bread. Well, we're out of the second series now, and we're into the fourth. God, I'd love to find a Canadian one of these, but no. And now we're into what's this, fifth series? People always love Shot Wheels. Ha ha. Now we're talking some real common stickers. I listed 250 fifth series stickers like this. You see off center to the edge. I listed 250 of them in the one giant stack on the mall for 85 bucks. That's a good deal. I'm surprised nobody's taken that. Now we're into the sixth series. Sixth series, at least there's a runaway in there. That's a short print in the series. Not hugely short, but it's short. Okay, most of these don't have writing on them. Sixth series. Backs are a little greasy. I never quite understand what that is. It's not ink, but you see it kind of commonly. A lot of sixth series. Heavy on the sixth series, which is really not what I need right now. I should take a picture of my sixth series stack. It's like this tall. All right, now we're into the seventh series. At least there's no writing on these. Back to the fifth, back to the seventh. Now aren't we in the eighth series now? But this is eighth series, so yeah. Bunch of eighths. Now we're in the ninths. Can't say I'm too excited here. Ninths, bunch of ninths. Condition on most of these has been pretty, middle grade. Nothing, I mean, but these are starting to look better. That finally is a near mint card. Now that we're into the ninth series, it took him 9 series to start taking care of his cards better. But better late than never. These are in great shape. These a little bit less so, and that's it, ninth series. Okay, there's only one really good card in here, which is this 11th series. Let's hope the other bag is a little more entertaining. All right, dig them out. I mean, $230. So like what we're looking at here, I mean, I'm unlikely to pay $50 for in person. So I hope what makes this worth $230 is in this bag. If I overpaid, wouldn't be the first time. That's why you should sell your wackies to me. All right. This is more promising. Okay. Now I see. Like, look, most of these are white backs. Good. Family Circuit is 11th. Let's make a space for these. 11th. 11th. So good. Bunch of 11ths. Love the 11th series. Oh, and now we're into the 12th. Good. I've been so short on 12ths lately. Finally, a bunch of 12ths. Not written on. Thank you. Ooh, bunch of 12ths. Okay, now I see. Now I understand. Yeah, here we go. That one's got some definite issues, but most of these are EX plus. 11ths, 12ths. Now we're into the 13ths. Rowdy, Battle Ball. This is fabulous. And this, it's got that dirt on the edge, but that can be cleaned. Like, can you see that? How well can you? Yeah, right there, right on the edge there. You see that? Can I get that in focus? I think that's glue that like seeps out. It always wipes off. Just gonna wipe it right off. There. Beautiful clean edge now. Make sure to clean your wackies. Oops. So these are 13s, 4, 5, 6. This is what I need more than anything. I've been so short on 13s. I don't know why. I just haven't been getting anything. And there's only 6 of them here, but I'll take it because they're decent. I'm sure that's what helped attract me to this. And now we're into the 14th series, 14th whites. These are solid. Big stack of 14th whites in near mint condition. Now I see where the $200 comes from. A couple of play bugs. It's always a popular one. And now we hit the 15th series. Oh, good. It's almost a complete set of 14s here. Nice, clean white backs, except for that one. Nice. Which one was that? Too bad, Rebel Jet. There's obviously been some tape on it. And this one is totally wrinkled. But if you have to have one that's totally wrinkled, that's not a bad one for it to be. And we're into the 15th series. It'd be amazing if we get into the 16th, but I'm sure that's not going to happen. Nice, clean 15th series white backs. Okay. I got a guy who's always looking for Jerkatol. And there it is. Maybe I can finally help out, except there's a problem here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. There's an exact complete set here. It's all 30. So I can't pull that out of a complete set. Sorry, buddy. Maybe next time. But yeah, there's a solid 15th series set and a solid 14th. Okay. That works for me. I know a lot of people like to get all their cards, no matter what they are, for 10 cents each. I don't work that way. My margins may be thin, but my volumes are high, so that's how I make it up. Plus, I have a day job. Okay, now let's do this next one. This one, I can tell you, I looked all this up ahead of time because I always forget. This time, nice big box, but I only paid $125 for this. So how could a box this heavy only be worth $125? It's possible that they're all reruns or A&S stickers. Well, we get a lot of people writing me with A&S collections, and I do buy them. I mean, there's no collection I won't buy. But like some guy, wrote me with a bunch of, maybe a couple hundred A&S stickers. I offered him $50. I mean, it's not worth more than $50. You didn't want to do it. So that's why I get offered just as many, but I don't buy as many. I think, when people get off their ass and write you to sell wackies, it's usually because they really need some money. They're they're digging into their, possessions to try to pay their rent or something. So $50 usually isn't enough to help. This thing, good. Sealed. Okay. Nice. There's a lot of stuff in here. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 packs of stickers. It's hard to say what these are. I mean, I see like what looks like 10 in white. But I mean, how could I have bought all these stickers for $125? There has to be a, a hitch here. Let's find out. It's possible. Sometimes I don't understand what I'm getting. Like, they only send me a picture of a few things and I make an offer, and then it turns out that was only a part of their collection and they send me more. So it can happen. If something's really off, I'll make it up to the person usually. If they, as long as they've been polite to me, I'll be polite back to them. Okay, these are reruns. What? It's series 2. If it's going to be a rerun, series 2 is the best. I mean, you can get $50, $60 for a complete set of series 2 reruns. I don't know why, but they're just short. These are this whole pack here was series 2. Actually, that's the better part of a complete set. Doesn't have the very first title, but all right. So out of $125, what would I pay for this? They're not like, pack fresh, but I'd probably pay $25 for that stack right there. So that gets us part of the way there. Let's see what's in this. Okay, again, a person who beautifully followed the packing instructions. And this is first series. Okay, but that's a 10 back, but we're starting out with reruns. Small stack of first series reruns. Definitely the most common because I mean, with those million sheets, people cut those things up like crazy. That's 10. That's not a rerun. Oh, weird. They're mixed. They're mixed up by like title. There's 10 backs and reruns in this same bag. Let's put the reruns here. And these are oh, more reruns. There's some white backs. More reruns. More first reruns. Okay, now we're down to white and tan backs. Let's see what we got here. First series, seconds, fourths, second white. Okay, a modest little stack of vintage, nothing too exciting. Let's keep going. What do we have here? Looks like more reruns. We have a note. 15 Shamrock, Series 3 extras. All right. Basically, what we have here is a stack of third reruns. These are in better shape. These are packed fresh, well, or close to it with a cat hair. Getting a lot of cat hairs lately. All right. So that's nice. Look, this is one of those people that puts his sideways. Actually, that one's fine. But oh, that one's fine. That one's backwards. I guess he just mixed it up. He didn't care. That one's backwards. Okay. And what's this? Series 3 extras less complete number 2. Okay. Obviously, we're looking at a large lot of reruns here. These are just all Series 3 reruns. Okay. So the reruns are stacking up, and this is the vintage. That's our ratio so far. Be nice if it balances out. That was only two or three. One, two, three. That was only 3 of 7 packs. So let's keep going. Who knows? Maybe there's a red Bandache Ludlow in here. Maybe there's a 77 sticker. Those sneak through, because you got to notice that copyright. When you're going through 500 stickers, it's hard to examine every copyright. Anyway, let's see what we got here. More reruns. These are all third series reruns. This looks like basically a complete set. Yeah, here's a complete set of thirds. I mean, you can get $35, $40 for a complete set of thirds. So we're getting there. And these are vintage. Oh, 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 oh. No, that's fun. I can see from the die cut exactly what card it is. There's not going to be any mystery here. That's Jippy Pop. Or no, sorry. It's not Jippy Pop. Can you see the die cut? This is Poopsie. I knew it. All right, there's one Ludlow in there. Let's take a good look at this Poopsie. You can get 20, 30, 40, $50 for these. This is actually pretty nice. It's got two camels. It's got some soft corners. I'd say that's $25 Ludlow right there. That's getting us somewhere. All right, let's go through the back of these and see if there's any more Ludlows. No, no, no. They should come in two, right? He probably should have got a pack with two cards in it. Should be two Ludlow. There should be another Ludlow in here. All right, that's a never ready. These are just some common tans. There's a beat up second white, fourth series. I want to, oh, yeah, we're talking. There's a choke wagon. It's got a little bit of something on the border there that looks like ink. Is that going to come off? I'd say no, that's not coming off. I'm not sure that's just, that's how it was printed. That's not residue. It's below the gloss. This is actually a damn fine choke wagon. Nice clean back, nicely centered. It's got a little bit of a printer's glitch, but that's like a $75 card. So here's 75 plus that's $100 right there. And then this giant stack of reruns. I would say this is worth $225. Let's keep going. What else is in here? Where's that bum checks? And these are white backs. Be nice to find a third white. All brain second series. That's third. 10, 10. Fourth series. Tens. Nope. Back to the third series. No third whites. No bum checks. Getting spoiled. Okay, we've still got three more of these packs to open. We pulled a Ludlow and a choke wagon out of that last pack. And let's see how our stack of reruns is piling up. It's getting there. Well, that's not a wacky pack. Neither is that. I've just added a section to the mall this week, which is everything else, everything non-wacky. So now I have a place to list this stuff. I listed some crazy covers, some crazy labels, some silly supermarket stickers, some package parodies, all kinds of stuff. Now I've got these. What are these? I just don't know anything about anything that's not wacky. I mean, I guess these are those weird wheels or whatever they were called. Does anybody know what these are worth? Anybody want these? Pretty sizable stack, whatever they are. All right. We'll figure something out. I can think of some good weird wheels to make right now in the political climate that we're in and the car companies that are involved. We won't go there. This is another stack of non-wackies. Got a ton of these cards. I don't even think I expected these to be included. I mean, when people say they have other stuff and they want to throw it in, I'm like, throw it in. I'll never pay for it because I don't know anything about it. Conk car, boo ick. I mean, they're car parodies. We got package parodies, and here we got car parodies. Psycho Cycle. Can't say I don't like them, but they hold no nostalgia value for me. Rolls Roach. Hun on a Honda. All right. Looks like there's 55 in this set because they are numbered. They are tops. They do say it says 1980. That explains it. See, I was 15 in 1980. I wouldn't have been collecting stuff like this then. In 1980, we were trying to get Playboy magazines. I just can't even imagine what it's like to grow up now. There's no mystery. Okay. It looks like we've just got, this is the last bag. And it's just another giant stack of reruns. These are firsts. Oh, more seconds. There's a heavy. That's the only one with a variation. Do you guys know about that? You see that tagline? Laugh while your garbage man struggles. They removed that line for some reason. They printed it both ways. God knows why. Or maybe they added it. This is weird to have that one variation in the reruns, or at least it's the only one anybody's ever noticed. There could be others. Okay, these are in pretty good shape. Bunch of thirds, bunch of seconds. This is mostly seconds and thirds and not that many firsts. So that definitely works out. That's our stack of reruns. There's the vintage, there's the reruns, whole bunch of these weird car stickers, choke wagon, and a Ludlow. I'm happy with that for $125. A lot of work involved in selling those reruns. So, I mean, I'm going to earn the money I make on that, believe me. That brings us to this one. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. I'm going to show you the email on this. This is the kind of email you want to get every day. Um, I changed the names to protect the innocent, but I see on my list of emails, an email comes up and the title is Wacky 1977's. Well, already you get excited when you see that. And sometimes it's a typo, but there's only one thing that came out in 77, and those are the sheds, and they're all good. But there was no mystery when I opened up this email. There were the pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shed 77 stickers and in packs. Look, they're still wrapped. This is so rare. I mean, it's rare to find them unwrapped. Find them wrapped, incredible. Once, actually, a guy contacted me and I bought from him a complete set of all 22 titles wrapped except one. There was one missing. It was unbelievable. Okay. So I paid the guy $1,000 for these. I'll tell you that right now. So let's take a look. Wow, it's scary that this whole box is just sealed with this one piece of tape. With a $1,000 box, I would have taped this thing up so tight it'd take a long time to get it back out. But it made it. It's intact. It survived. It survived intact, fortunately. So this is exciting. Okay, what do we have? And there they are. They are there. I always wonder if someone's going to mail me an empty package one day. I mean, it's happened, but it doesn't happen very often. It's been a long years and years since that's happened. But okay, let's see what we got. Oh, this is incredible. Okay, two busted fingers. So here's the thing. Are the cards intact? Because look, this one has a little brown stain on it, but the stain, which is almost certainly peanut butter, is only on the cello. The card is friggin' perfect. Except look, you know what? You see what happened here? This card, when they crinkled this pack, it's a little hard to see, but when they crinkled this pack, the card was there and it got the impression. It's going to be really hard to see it from here. But yeah, the card actually got crunched by whatever machine sealed this. There's a little bit of a pattern right along the edge. Let's hope they're not all like that, because otherwise that card is perfect. Oh, wait. No, you see, actually, I take it back. On the back, it's a bit stained. So the crinkle is on both sides. And on this side, it's a bit brown. Maybe you can see it in the magnifier. Yeah. It's a bit browned right on the corner there. Actually on the card. How does the card get dirty when it's inside cellophane? Oh, I bet it was from heat. That's not a stain. That's a burn, right? They melt these packs shut. And the melty thing ran right over the card because it was too close to the edge of the pack. That's what that is. That's not stain. Okay. Here's one of the busted fingers, and it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same thing. This one does not have the burn on the back, but it has the crinkle. I'm gonna have to scan these at high res so people can see them. Let's look at the next one. Cracola is not crinkled. It doesn't have that issue, but a little off center. You see that? It's off center. It's not terrible. I mean, the black doesn't touch the edge, but it is off center. And just look at that. Look at that date, 1977. Isn't that glorious? You'll love to see that. Okay, let's look at the next busted finger. Okay, this busted finger is better. It didn't get crinkled. It's perfect. It's in perfect condition. That's a winner. And it's well centered. It's not perfectly centered, but it's well centered. There's no burn, there's no crinkle. That's a winner. Gloom, same deal. Perfect card. It's got a couple of marks on the back, but that's clearly, from the manufacturing process. Yeah, those are on the card and not the cellophane, but it's clearly from the manufacturing process because it's inside a pack. Card is beautiful, well centered. That's a winner. Okay, let's look at Never Ready. Again, this one is okay. This one, it picked up that crinkling just barely, but yeah, you can see the burn. You see it? You see the burn? You see that burn right on the edge? Yeah, right where it's crinkled. And it's funny because the pack is just a little opened there too. So obviously when the card is too close to the edge, when these packs are sealed, that's what's causing those brown edges. We see that all the time, that brown on the card. We've always thought it was peanut butter. It's burn. All right, let's look at the next one. Yeah, you see this one, it's in the pack, kind of cockeyed. And right there, that corner was, rolled over by the sealer and damaged just a little bit. And this corner too. You can see it. Yep. You can see it. It's the sealing machine that caused that. That's so interesting. And now let's look at Hawaiian Punks. This one is perfect. It's perfectly centered. There's no damage. The card is perfect. That one and this busted finger, these are the real take-homes. I'd say there's three perfect ones. And this one doesn't have damage, but it's a little off center. And these were all damaged by the machine that sealed these packs right along the edges. Okay, well, that's that. I'm going to have fun with those. Let's keep going. Oh, we're down to the last one. So I have an email on this one. You're going to kick out of this. Let me show you this email. I changed the name of this guy too to protect the innocent. So here's the email I get. The title is Wacky Packages. And this was March 1st. And he says, Greg, just contact me from my website. I don't know this person. So he's like, Greg, I opened a box and I have all kinds of wacky packages, many still not opened. Any interest in buying these from me? I'm like, hi, John. Sure. What series is that? You don't want to hear about people opening stuff. I mean, that either means it's new, modern, or they're opening something they shouldn't be opening. So I'm like, hi, John. Sure. What series is that? Eighth, right? I'm like, okay, which eighth? Eighth from 1974 or eighth from 2010? At this point, I'm sure it's 2010. And he's like, 1974. And while I'm trying to compose myself, 1 minute later, he sends me this video. And I'm like, wow, there's an eighth series. Uh, wow. uh, you saw it. A series box. He was opening A series packs. I obviously told him to stop opening them. He had a big pile of stickers too, and he pulled two out at random. One was an 11th and one was a 13th. So it's like, wow, is that a whole box of upper series? Let's find out. I got the box right here. So ultimately, I paid him, I think, $600 for this box, for this collection. It was, I think I offered five. He came back at six, and I agreed, mainly because I knew I had to get this for the opening video. Even if I lose money, I have to have a video of this one. So let's see what we got. Wow. You see that? There's a whole bunch of beautifully packed cards and a crazy cracker all by itself sitting on top. Okay, crazy cracker. Wow. Let's get this stuff out of here. We've got, okay, so these are just crammed loose into a Ziploc. And these, yeah, there's a lot of vintage stickers here to go through, a lot. But I'm not seeing upper series. There's one. Whole bunch of checklists. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags of stickers, 3 bags of checklists, and a bag of packs. And this now flattened 8th series box. Well, that's it. All right. You know what? Okay. Let's get organized here. So this is very common that the sticker is faded. This one's actually better than most. You can still read it, 8th series. Sometimes it's completely faded. Actually, this box looks bad, but it's not as bad as it looks because it's super clean. It's never been stained or written on. It's just been crushed. And what you do is you uncrush it as best as you can. And what you do is called packing and sealing. So I'm just going to kind of put it back in its natural state as best I can. I'm not going to glue anything. I'm just going to leave it like it is. But I'll pack it with some cardboard and I'll close it back up and it'll look perfect. Seal, and I'll wrap it in saran or shrink wrap or of some sort. And it will look pretty much perfect. There. I mean, it was pretty bent up, but now, pretty square box that can be sold. I mean, this box, there's no tape on it. This box is worth $100, that like that. So let's be careful with that. And now the next most interesting thing are these packs. These are all 8-5 fold, obviously 8th series packs since they came out of that box. And here's what I was worried about. They are sealed. I was worried that they were flipping open, but that one's sealed, that one's sealed, that one's sealed, sealed. This one is loose, but it's not completely open, right? This part is no longer stuck, but the end is still a little, you can tell it's never been opened, but that's problematic. That one's sealed, sealed. Most of these are sealed. Thank God, because this would have pushed this below $600 if these packs were all open. This one is opened with a weird Mattel Hot Wheels pin. Is that worth something? This one's sealed, sealed, sealed. Maybe I'll send some of these in for grading. This one is, see, that one's opened and torn. This one is loose. And this one is loose. Some of these are loose, but 5, 10, 14 packs are sealed. So, I mean, you can get 20, $25 a pack. So, what's that? 1, 2, 300 and so bucks. That makes it worth it right there. Okay, let's get into some of these stickers now. I've been blowing out these middle series also on eBay and the mall. Otherwise they just pile up too high. So what's that, 6 series? I must say, that's a nice card. It's off center, but at least it's in decent condition. This one isn't also. These are 8ths. I mean, these are nice looking 8ths. Gee, I wonder why. I think they were just pulled straight out of packs, right? There's a 3rd series, 2nd 10, and we're back into the 8ths. Yeah, these are really nice. These eighths are nice. They're a little bit of curl. Like, look at those. That one's got a lot of curl. It's like almost bent all the way over. That completely flattens out as long as there's no bends. That's just because of how they were stored. So these eighths here, I don't think were just pulled out of a pack right recently because they've been sitting in this box long enough to get warped a bit. These are all eighths. Backs are clean. Rudens, is that eighth or ninth? And now we're into crazy covers. You know, these crazy covers, I've been trying to sort this out, but they have so many different backs. They've got one stripe, two stripes, three stripes, two stripes low, two stripes high, one stripe low, one stripe high, with this text in there with printed in the US or not. And there's even some of them with the completely blank backs. I think there's at least 9 or 10 different backs, and it's confusing which titles come which ways. But I like this Batman, I've got in like 5 or 6 different ways. So one day we have to sort that out. As far as I can tell, there's no web page or anything that explains all that. John Millard had this all sorted out long ago, but I've been unable to get in touch with that guy for like 10 years. If anybody knows where he is, tell him to call me. Um, okay, just a whole bunch more ace. I wonder what happened to the wrappers. If he opened the packs, the wrappers should be here. Maybe he meant he'd opened them as a kid. I don't know. But there's a ton of ace. Oh, now it gets good. These are really, really nice cards that don't have track marks on them. That's what's sticking out to me. They're so clean when they don't have track marks. So I'm digging these eighths, but I'm digging these 11ths even more. Oh yeah. Love me some 11ths. It's not that many, but any amount. They're nice and stiff and rigid for 10 backs. It's weird. And now we're into back into the middle series, back into the eighths. There's a lot of ace. So clearly he must have had he must have had more than one box of these. He must have opened a couple of boxes. Man, there's a lot of eighths. These are all eighths. Really nice ones too. Gonna be able to build some really bitchin' sets. Yeah, and that second series, and that second series. There's some first series, but totally borderless. And third series. I wonder if third's a decent Octorono. It'd be nice to find a third white. You just so rare. Eighths, thirds. Are there any whites in here? Okay, there's a couple. Let's shuffle the whites to the top. There's another one. All right, what are those white backs? Second series, borderless, second series. They're all seconds. There's a 14th, but it's tan. But hey, 14th. And we're back into the eighth. On seconds, bunch of borderless. These are all borderless. All these seconds are borderless. This person collected for a long time, right? He had some couple of firsts. He has a lot of seconds, did a lot of border peeling, and got at least all the way up to the 14th series. There's a run, Tony. Nice. It's a 10. It's always better to have a 10. And we're back. And there's that 13th series he pulled out. I mean, he had that huge box and he randomly pulled out 2 stickers. The one was 11th, the one was 13th. I mean, that was really misleading. But okay. Here's some 13ths. Love that. Love that. 5 of them. Plus the 5 from the other series. And guess what? We're back into the eighths. And back into the seconds and thirds. Okay. That was fun. Let's do another. Oh, wait, I'm not even done here. What are these? These are fourths. Whole bunch of fourths. And guess what? We're back into the eighths. Oh, and some tenths. Here's some tenths. I'm back into the fourths. Be nice if there was a choke wagon in here. Bunch of mustard charges. Corner's kind of bent. Are there any whitebacks in this pile? I'm gonna say no. Oh, there's some crazy covers. A couple of crazy covers. Hey, these are all 10 backs. So what are we looking back? What are we looking for here? We're looking for choke wagons. We're looking for bum chexes. We're looking for grime heavies. 10th series, 3rd series, back into the eighths. It's just a real mix. Oh, there's a dusty, greasy. You always get excited when you see that grime. We're into the 7th series, 10th series, looking for a Pupsy. No, no. Bunch of 10ths, 7ths, 8ths, 4ths. All right. Nothing too exciting there, but decent cards. Happy to have them. Okay, now I'm going to run Tony. That's kind of exciting. And these are exciting. I won't say totally unexciting. And a run Tony. So, okay, let's go to the next one. And start off in some 10th series. Bunch of 10ths, seconds. Are there any whitebacks here? Again, wait, there's one. Let's pull the whitebacks out. There doesn't seem to be too many. What's this? Bazooka Joe card. Wow, that card's really beat up. There's only those two whitebacks in this whole pile. Let's see what they are. Two, second series, one borderless. All right, so these are thirds. Damn, lot of thirds. Couple spit and spills. Looking for some short prints. Here's all the thirds. This is a large stack of thirds. These are in decent shape. A lot of these are near mint. A lot of these aren't. I mean, these are EX minus. I mean, these cards that are off center like this, these are the ones I'm going to blow out in large lots, cheap. Got some eighths, some tenths. Oh, 12ths. We like that. There's a 12th. What happened to those good ones? Were they here? I lost them. What did I do with, oh, here they are. I don't really need these tenths on this pile. Okay, 12ths. Nice. I'm so short on 12ths. Love that. Bunch of 12ths. And we're back into the middle series. Thirds. Too bad we don't have like a huge pile of third whites. Okay, 10th series. Second, back into the second series. These are really beat. I guess I see $600 here. Okay, here we go. 7-ton. It's 11th. 11th. Now we got a nice pile of 11ths. This is where the money is right here. Oh, good. Look. 4 moron chickens. All. What is that? There's some like it's ramen. There's ramen noodles on this wacky. Mm, pork. All right. That's weird. That's too bad that the ramen noodles had to be on a 12th series card. But Milk Muds is actually, it's coming off. It came off. I de-ramenized it. That's a first. Now, there's ramen on the back of this card. That came off too. No major harm done. All right, so we got some 11s, some really solid 11s. And we're back into 12s, 12s, 12, 12, 12. Oh, this is fabulous. I didn't know there were all these. It's going to be all these 12s in here. Toad, pieces, soot ball. Oh, there's a nice large stack of 12s. These are the 11 through 14th so far, and it's piling up. Polydent is 12. Reap. Oh, wash and fly. Some of these are just always so tough to find. And we're back into the middle series. These are sevenths, sevenths, whole bunch of sevenths. Where's that grime? And we're back into the tenths and sevenths. And second series, there's another white back. Some beat up seconds. Okay. That was fun. There was a fair number of 12s, 11s, and 13s in here and some 14s. Let's keep going. There's a 14th right on top of this pack. Ooh, I see more ramen noodles. There's 14th. That's 14th. These are all 14th. These are 14th 10s. They are not trifolds, fortunately, but they are 14th 10s. That one's off center. And Dumb and Crazy, isn't that 13th series now? Is Dumb and Crazy 14th? I thought that was 13th. I can't remember. The rest of these are all 14th. There's a better Rebel Jet. Off center though. Okay, that's piling up. Now we've got a Motorzola, a Beanball, and we've got a Harmon Hammer with more ramen noodles. Oh, look, this one's still, wait, that's not a ramen noodle. That's a rubber band. That's just a piece of a rubber or something. I don't know what that is. Weird. Smells. Oh, did you see what I saw? I didn't notice that. There's a Band-Aid. Oh, there's two Band-Aids. And oh, this is starting to get good. Okay. Let's flip these over. White back. I mean, it's EX at best, but it's a Band-Aid. Hey, we'll put that here. And another one. Oh, white back. That one is VG. And hey, there's a 15th series, Bloodweiser. Nice. A Pall Mall. I mean, that's got a tear on the bottom border there, but oh, and a swastika on the back. Interesting. That's the first one I've ever gotten with a swastika. There's a 6-up, Horrid. None of these are Ludlows. They're all white backs. Dick, Adzuka, white back. It's quite a few here. These are all first series. See, let's just go straight to the backs. No, they're just all white backs. They're all EX condition. Well, these are worse. But they're first series. They don't really belong in this pile, but let's put them over here. And these are 15th series. Love that. 15th, 15th, 15th. There's a Jerkatol. There it is. I knew we'd turn one up for you eventually. Pang Edward, Gums. Oh, these are nice. Look how clean that is. It's well centered. Man, I needed these upper series so bad. And we're back into the seconds. Second series, second series, second series. First series borderless. Weird. These have numbers written on the back. 14, 10. Oh, borderless mutts. And that's a real one too. That's not a Wonder Bread. Well, somebody wrote numbers on the back of all of these. Let's just go straight to the backs. They're all white. There's no Ludlows. They all have numbers written on the back, and they're borderless. So, not a lot of value there. And we're back into the A series. Birds tenths. Here's some tenths. Nice tenths. There's heavy. The original had the tagline. They removed it during the reruns. Didn't add it. Way off center cheapios. Now we've got some fifth series. Fifth, 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 fifth. And these are nice. These are glossies. Can you see how shiny that is? Can I get the light to bounce off that? See how shiny that is? These are some real nice fifths. Packs are clean. Not that I need more fifths. Oops, these ended up in the wrong pile. And we're back to the 14th. 14th 10, 14th 10. Man, I'd love to get some trifolds. 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14. These are all 1410s. There's a nice stack of 14s. Thank you. Irish Ring. Isn't that also 14th? Mediquack is not, but these are no trifolds. No trifolds. Wow, there's really a lot of 1410s here. This is now making me very happy. This pile of upper series has accumulated nicely. Look at that. There's probably 100 cards there. And we're back into the third series. At least these are in good shape, though. There's a real mix of condition here, but these are in great shape. Wind hacks. So you know when you find the wind hacks, there's not going to be a choke wagon in here. And these are fourth series. And there's the Mesclarol. It's basically a complete series here. Some real high-grade cards. We still got two more bags to open. And guess what? Eighth series. There's a nice spit and spill. There's a nice spit and spill. These are fifths. Okay, these are wrinkled, starting with this. These cards here got wet somehow. But they're just common sevens, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, those are wrinkly. And that's 14th 10. 14th 10. And we got another vein of 14ths. This is just so good. Now, if I could just get a 14th trifold, that would make my day. And some back into the beat up seconds. 10th. These are tenths. Seconds. Let's see if there's any white backs in here. There's one. One more of those beat up first series. Matty boy. There's only one. There's no more white backs. Okay. And we're back into the eighth series. He must have had several boxes of eighth series that he opened. These are in great shape. Oh, and Now we're back to the 11ths. Good. More upper series. Three Muller dregs. I mean, that's a tough, whenever, you're building sets, it's one you're always looking for. King of Scare. Those are 11s, aren't they? These are, oh, we hit a nice vein of 11s. Look at that. 3 and 4 of every title. Let's hope this just keeps going and going. 4 solid bogs. 4 solid gulps. 4 solid. Oh, only 3 solid progressos. How disappointing. Oh, these cards are just beautiful. They're perfectly centered. They're clean. They have sharp corners. This looks like someone opened a complete box of 11s and just piled them up and stuck them in a box. This is just straight out of one full box of 11s. But it was a well put together box, right? They're well printed stickers. Usually either the whole box is crap or all the stickers are printed well. And so if he had to open a box, he picked a good one to open. All these stickers are in great, great shape. How many stickers are in a full box of 11? Let's see, there's 48, I guess 96. Yeah, this looks like it. It really does. And that's the end of it. Wow, that was nice. I did not know that was there. And what do we have next? Now we're into the fourths. These are in great shape. And we're back into the ace. There's a 7th. Runaway. Truant. Yeah, we could still pull some good cards out of here. Oh, and more 11s. QB garbage. That's Robot Burns. Isn't that 12th series? Easy Cuss. These are 11s. 11s. Wow. Maybe he opened more than one box of 11s. Chimpanzee. Martian hats. Now these are 12s. 12s. I'd love to see a whole box of 12s here too. These are great 12s. Oh boy, these are really piling up. The only thing, and it's been consistent since I've started making these videos, is 13s. I've just never pulling. I pulled, I think, 10 today out of these incredible number of upper series that I got today. How many of them? Oh, and there's another Pall Mall. It's borderless. And a couple of 7s and a 10. So, wow, this really piled up at the end there. That's all the upper series. A lot of 11s. That's a couple hundred cards. So yeah, there's $600 value here. There's definitely $600 value here now. I mean, I can't say that, I got the deal of the century, but I think it's fair. And that brings us, oh, there's still a bag of stickers. I didn't notice. I thought we were down to checklist. Still one whole bag of stickers. Okay, party continues. Let's go straight to the backs and pull out the white backs. There are no white backs in this pile. There's no white backs at all here. Wow, this guy had a ton of stickers. My God. This is a real true collector. And this guy really purchased a lot of Wackies. And we're in thirds and eighths and fourths. Again, these are in great friggin' shape. These are in great shape. Fourths. This is where we could pull a choke wagon. Wow. Bang, of course, was double printed on the sheet. So like, look at that. I think he probably opened one full box of every series. That's what it looks like. For some reason, the eighth, he must have had like 3 boxes of eighth and he didn't get through the last box. But like, this is what happens when you open a full box of fourth. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 fangs. Actually, you got to open a couple boxes to get that many fangs, but it is one of the ones that was double printed. So I should be good on fang for a while. Let's keep going. Wow. I see, but this is one of the ones that was short printed on the sheet. And there's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven of those. Yeah, I should be good on fourth series for a while. Now I need to find seven choke wagons. That would make my day. Oh, but we're leaving the fourth series here. Actually, my day has already been made, but that would just extra make it. And we're into the tenths. And we're back into the fourths. Come on, short print. Bunch of wrinkles. Okay, we're gonna keep going. This is a pile of force with lots of dupes. There could be a vein of bum checks is in here. Wormies, there's going to be a zillion wormies. It's one of the other ones that was double printed. Hipton, armor. Oh, and we're back out of the fourth series into the tenths. Sevenths, sixths, and back to eighths. Well, that fourth series, it didn't have a vein of any of even wind hex or mesclarol. That's weird. Oh well, here are more fourths. It could still happen. It could still happen. There they are. One, two, three, four wind hexes. So there's not going to be any choke wagons or bum chexes, but there should be some mesclarols. I didn't see those in here. All right. They must have been in there somewhere. And that's it. What are these? Just more random cards. Wow. All right. That leaves us just these checklists. Let's open these because actually these look kind of interesting. Aha. Nice. These are good checklists. These are 11ths, 12ths, and 15ths and 14ths. Oh, yeah. Even the checklists are good. And look at that. 13 checklists out of all of these. There's a bunch of everything, but there's only 1/13. There's a whole bunch of 12ths. I've been so short on these checklists and a ton of 11ths. What's this? The 12 series sticker snuck its way in there. All right. Excellent stack of checklists there. Let's see what's next. Sevenths. So we're looking at ninths, large stack of ninths. These are all wax stained. Look at that. Every single one of them has the exact same wax stain. They all came from the same box. These are tenths without pupsy. That's good. Tenths without pupsy are tougher. That's why we didn't find any pupsies in this entire lot. Look, all the checklists are without. So he got into the 10th series late, even though this guy, was on top of things. He bought a lot of wackies. He didn't buy a 10th series right away. And that brings us to the very last bag here. First series is checked off. Fourth series, seconds, fourths. These are mesclarols mostly. Fifths, sixths. These are Goodmans. And bunch of thirds, whole bunch of thirds. All right, I should be good on checklists for a while. All right, that's it. We're done. That was a lot of fun. That was a good stack, even though it was only 4 boxes. They had a lot of action. This is going to keep me busy for a little while, but I'm sure it won't be too long before I see you again. And keep an eye out for my next wacky history lesson, which is coming very soon. So if you watch to the end, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up on this video. And actually, what I discovered, they really count in their algorithm are comments. So please feel free to leave comments, even if they're small, trivial comments or long, involved comments, or you want to have a discussion. Apparently that helps. Because, it's crazy, but I've been contacted by some people who never even heard of Wacky Packs before, and they saw these videos and they started collecting. So, the more people that see these, the better for our hobby. So let's get that algorithm spreading them far and wide. I mean, alternatively, I can pay them to spread it, but I prefer not to do that. So comments, thumbs up, subscribes, and there's also, I believe, an alert bell you can hit that will alert you when there's new video or something like that. I'm not super savvy to YouTube. I'm not trying to make to monetize or anything like that. I'm just trying to promote our hobby. And so you can help. And with that, I'll sign off here. And as usual, I love you all, and I'll see you soon.